An itinerary we're going off of?
Well, I'm just gonna go off of what I was thinking, so I figured we would, first do our, hey,
Hey, how was your
everything going weekend? And then hit up maybe the online, or on level and the modified test.
Okay.
And then I have some information back here based off of, Asia in the next unit coming up that, since you all were here last year, kind of like see if I'm hitting the mark.
Okay.
So the AAC test, I think, looks pretty good.
Didn't we go over that
Yeah.
right before we left?
We went over that before we left. So like if we look at the on level, so I guess I want to kind of like do a little bit more collaboration by doing this, but then kind of use this as a segue into how effective is leadership for me and communication between individuals at these levels. So you went to Vegas.
I did. I went to Vegas.
Was it fun? Did you gamble?
Kelly and Sophie and I did blackjack.
Yeah.
Taught Sophie how to blackjack. I haven't blackjacked in a long time. I personally don't like to gamble. I'd rather buy stuff, lipstick, clothes, anything. But the food was amazing. It always is. The weather was horrible, which is rare. Rainy and cold.
Huh.
No pool time. But it was kind of fun just having Sophie all to ourselves. And she won $125 on the jackpot table.
Ooh.
Well, I put
So
$5
what did she
in
win
a.
with, huh?
Well, yeah, Daddy gave her the money,
Oh.
and then she gambled, and then I put $20 in a slot machine. I'm like, this is all I'm doing, and no, I put $5 in and I won 20, and I'm like, cashing out, I'm done.
I went, whenever I got back from Iraq the first time, I went on like a late honeymoon type deal.
Mm-hmm.
And we never really gambled. We sat in front of like waiting for the table for dinner. We sat at the bar area, and they had like the slot machine right there in
Yes.
the bar area. We just sat and played it until they got us that. But then we did other things like skydiving and stuff like that.
Of course you would.
Yeah,
Nice.
awesome.
Yeah, no, I'd kill you in midair.
Yeah, I love skydiving.
Oh my gosh,
Oh,
no.
I'm gonna go get my license.
I'm scared to go up in a hot air balloon. I'm a big scaredy cat
I love
anyway.
it. I love
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It was nice.
Relaxing.
Yeah. I relaxed so much. I felt weird.
Yeah,
You know, I can't do downtime too long.
felt like you were shamming.
What's a shaman?
Like shamming, like you know you have work to do, but you're like, you know what, I'm too relaxed, I'll do it later.
I wasn't even thinking about school. I was so tired.
I wouldn't either.
But I'll pay for it this week.
After the last couple weeks, it's been nonstop go, 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 so.
I'm sure it's gonna be full throttle between now
Yeah,
and
we
the end
have-
of the year.
Star coming up,
Yeah.
no more days off.
SLO, no more. I have some time to take. I might sneak in a day if I'm about to lose it. Are you supposed to be in an ARD?
No.
Okay. So did you do anything with your kids?
My daughter was out of town and my son, he worked, so we didn't really do a whole lot.
Did you make them Easter baskets?
No, they're too old.
I know.
I thought about it, like I called my sister and she's like, oh, I'm putting together Easter baskets for my grandkids. I'm like, oh, okay. And then they were like, oh, are you making your ham? I'm like, oh man, I didn't realize it was Easter and I didn't cook anything. I think, what did we eat? Like fried rice or something. I don't remember.
Kyle flew home and I asked him, I said, he loves honey baked ham. I said, do you want Mama to pick up some ham? Because, you know, he says he's been gone a month. I was like, do you want Mommy to make ham? Do you want Mommy to make you this? You know, give him all that, you know, cooking for love, through love
Yeah.
for my baby. So, yeah.
Yeah. So this is the on level. So this question here will cover tomorrow's, and then you have all the copies.
I
30
do.
copies, and then 155. So the Rwandan War, the minority tribe, so forth and so on. So that should cover it tomorrow. What geographic feature would increase settlement? That looks like yours.
It is mine. Coastline, Lake Victoria, those are the two.
Okay. In Kenya, people elect their leader, works independently from the legislator. What form of government do they have?
Okay, this is from the Basic Institution
This is,
Law.
yeah, so it's gonna be, unlimited and presidential democracy?
Should we add,
This is from the Basic
choose
Institution.
the two correct answers? Okay, I just wanted to make sure that was in
Yeah,
there.
choose the two correct is there.
Okay.
So,
No.
yeah, this is from that and then the economics part, where we did, Kenya and South Africa. This is just your indicators for economic development.
Develop versus developing.
Yeah, so what we did is we put in most developed versus developed, so then that way they compare between just these countries. So
I agree with
I think that'd be good. There are only a few ethnic groups in sub-Saharan Africa.
False.
What was the process by Europeans enslaving?
Triangular trade.
Yeah, it's a
Oh.
triangular transatlantic slave trade.
Should we put parentheses? The triangular trade?
Yeah, I think we gotta look at that, because that one, triangular trade
Well, I mean, it's not
is
addressing.
what they're going to look at, but then I also referenced the transatlantic slave trade as the same thing. But they may not, so yeah. If we
They may
put it
not
in
make that
parentheses,
connection.
Yeah.
And then the middle
Oops.
passage, that's smart, that's gonna trip them up.
Which of the following is way to Africa is trying to decrease the violence? Forming organizations like the African Union. I think that's tomorrow.
Okay,
So that's that little piece at the end where we go and talk about the United Nations and we talk about the African Union and kind of what they actually do. So that'll be tomorrow. Which of the following are landlocked? That's yours.
mm-hmm,
They're gonna have to use their map on that one.
yep,
European countries want to colonize parts of Africa because they
B,
wanted to.
D, B,
Oh.
it's backwards.
What number's that?
B and
9?
D, somebody was a little dyslexic.
Yeah.
Wait, if it's shuffled, it might not be those same numbers, Bloom.
I'm just gonna put it. I know what you're saying.
Put natural resources or something.
That's on the least developed.
Okay,
So we did go over that last week. This was yours. Environmental, the border.
okay.
Europeans colonized. What was the effect?
European colonized the Americas. Which effect occurred as a result?
Should be the last one. People were enslaved in Africa.
Mm-hmm. I don't feel like we've covered that enough, though. I'm worried about that. Okay. When did we talk about this?
That should have been during the history, whenever we did the imperialization,
Okay.
colonization, and the readings of each sub-region.
Got it. All right.
And it may be touched upon on the review. So when we go over the review
I didn't bring a review.
and make sure that the review is actually yeah, right there, triangular trade, transatlantic slave, that's where I saw it, in the
Okay.
middle passage. So they may connect it based on the information there on the review.
Yeah, but if we go back to that question, that was number 6,
Yeah,
middle passage is listed as an option.
right,
This-
and that's
this
what
is
I'm
gonna
saying,
totally
I
trip
think,
them up.
yeah, I think we're gonna have to go back and look at
Rewrite
that,
that.
redo that,
Okay.
that one. I think they'll understand this. Nelson Mandela fought against which system? That is here.
Oh, yeah, that should be.
That's in the history. And we keep on talking about this period. So, I mean, we just talked about embargoes on South Africa for apartheid. So, Africa is a continent with abundant resources. It's difficult to navigate due to the vast physical barriers. That is actually today's. How has Africa and its global partners overcome physical barriers to promote trade?
Gotcha.
Design and building better infrastructure such as railroads and highways. I threw in the deforestation and the desalination to kind of throw them off a little bit because they did learn that real heavy in SWANA. So
That's good.
this was from,
What is number, did you put this in there? Marissa must have.
Yeah,
I wouldn't have
receipt.
used that again.
which is physical feature 4.
4, where's 4?
4 is the Nile.
Okay,
Rural communities of Africa are usually involved in what types of jobs and economies? That's agriculture. So they put that into rural. And then this was the scramble for Africa. So I think what they're gonna run into is here is they understand the scramble for Africa. The Berlin Conference, in conjunction with that scramble, threw my students completely off. But then when I explained the Berlin Conference was the meeting to talk about the scramble for Africa, then they kind of understood it.
okay.
I think they'll be good because it doesn't have anything but the scramble. So, just 6 and 9? You want to look at?
You want to fix them right now?
I'll fix them
Okay,
a little later.
all right.
What about the modified? Cause we gotta go back and put oral to the
I said I would do
on
that.
level because most of my orals are on level. I have very few modified orals.
Okay,
The scramble for Africa, that should be easy for them. Islam is not practiced in sub-Saharan Africa. Process by which Europeans brought enslaved Africans. That
yeah.
might
Put number 3 down.
3 on modified.
Okay,
That should be good.
yeah,
European countries want to colonize parts of Africa because
no, when it,
they should get that one.
oh, they should.
It's the last one. This one again, which
Okay.
country is most developed?
Okay,
Which country is least developed? Which environmental area in Africa is a grassland with few scattered trees?
okay,
We did discuss that one.
yeah,
This is number 4 again.
okay,
Which environmental area in Africa is described as the border? They
The Sahara.
definitely get that, yep.
they better.
Which would increase settlement?
Lake
Choose the
Victoria,
2.
Coastline. Conflict between 2 ethnic groups.
I think that needs to be changed too. I think they need to put the 2 different groups in there, because I think they're gonna read about the 2 groups tomorrow, and they're definitely gonna watch the video, and it's gonna mention those 2 groups.
Okay,
I think if they put it between the actual groups. My country has a leader elected by people. Presidential democracy.
yes. Okay,
Oh, this
Industry.
is from industry.
I like that.
and that's it. So that was factors of production and industry type deal.
I like that. That was good.
Okay.
So after you tweak those questions,
on level and modified.
I can do the oral on them.
Are you good on it?
Well, I'll ask you if I don't remember.
Okay, no, that's fine, yeah, ask.
Yeah. So,
My allergies are killing me. Every time I do the lawn, I get stuffed up like this.
our lawn is so green. That winter rye,
Yeah, that's what I needed to do.
do that in the fall. Yep.
So I'm looking at the calendar. Where am I at here?
Today's advisory, don't forget.
Yeah, I gotta transfer that stuff over.
They're doing a survey.
They'll probably need computers that we don't have.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're just gonna have to take turns with computers.
that's right, that's fine.
And while they're waiting, they can work on their test review. That's what I'm doing. If they even bring their test review.
So you have the map, physical, and
Everything's done.
you have 2 days
I have 4 days.
of, yeah, we should all, like, everything should be, like, 4 days of, cause I didn't print your
Their
concept
quiz is,
out.
the
Oh,
quiz
the
is
quiz.
Friday.
The quiz,
Yes.
so then that's
This- So the slides are done, Mr. Bloom. I just need to build the folders and, make copies and write my lesson plan document.
Okay, so then that puts us at 4 daily grades.
Is that popping up for you or somebody else? You know, you can take that off. Okay. Okay, so everything's done. I just need to make copies, build out the folders, which are almost done.
Okay,
And this one's just different because we're talking more about physical processes
okay, yeah.
for the area, you know, the Ring of Fire, typhoon.
Okay,
Do you want me to-
so,
Pull up the slide. Do you want to see the slides or are you good?
we can look at them.
Where am I mean, it's really the same stuff. Political map, physical map, processes. They have a Ring of Fire activity and a quiz. Oh, I have to write the quiz. Oh, Christine Marie, write quiz. So I'm not done. I need to write the quiz. But I'm going off the one we did last year because a lot of it's the same, so it shouldn't take me too long. Did I send them to you?
Okay.
Where's my Asia?
Yeah, I'm looking at the calendar, and I think the calendar is what's throwing me off from the concepts. But I think I have it now.
How do I share this to you?
You should just hit share and it
I know.
type my name in.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, I think
Editor.
I do have this.
You ready to go?
No, I'm actually in another meeting.
Yeah, they're looking for Matthew Perez.
Okay, well, I guess this is
Okay.
all crap now.
I'm gonna say, yeah, touch base with you.
All right, so to leave off before the ARD, I think we were gonna discuss kind of what geography looked like for the next 4 days next week, and then I'll go in and discuss what I wanted to do to see if everything kind of like jives.
Okay. All right, so when we get back, also on Monday, it's test reflections over SWANA.
Okay.
Checking in, going over the test like we did last time, each question with the entire class.
Okay, are we gonna use the form,
What form?
the test correction form, or because
No, we're
doing
they're
away
gonna
with that, and then,
we got rid of that, and they're gonna retest on a different test.
okay, Okay, now I'm going, cause it's been a while, so we got rid of the test correction form, and then we're gonna go over the test with them, and then retest them on the same teaks, but different
Questions.
questions.
And I don't know if that's something I haven't put anything like that. I don't know if Marissa's working on that or not.
There's a retest.
Okay,
Yeah, there is a retest.
okay, so we have that test bank.
Yep, yeah,
Okay.
we have all that test bank questions, so.
Okay, so Tuesday we'll start the political geography or introducing Asia. I think you scrolled forward a little bit. Okay, so they have unit vocabulary, that's important. And then Tuesday, Wednesday are the political physical maps.
Are you gonna do that the same way we did the last one?
Sincere Thomas, if you're in the building, please come to the front. Sincere Thomas, if you're in the building, please come to the front.
You know how we broke it down and chunked it out?
Mm-hmm.
Are you gonna do it that way?
The map is chunked out by region.
But are you gonna do it like?
Am I gonna walk them
Walk them
through?
through each side, or are you gonna?
Only my inclusions.
I think
It's
I'm gonna.
been a whole year.
Yeah.
They should be able to complete a map following a class set of directions.
I definitely
And
agree.
it's a simple map.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do my first and third, my inclusion, I'm gonna follow step by step with them.
Or get them
AAC,
started.
yeah, get the bigger portions out that are gonna, kinda challenge.
The south with all the
Those-
smaller countries will be harder in
Yeah.
the islands.
Yeah,
But otherwise, no, they need to do this.
yeah, I think I'm gonna do the same, I'm just gonna hit the inclusion, and definitely get them started and get them going.
Okay.
And then just AAC and on level can chunk it by themselves.
So Tuesday has two, they have archipelago and subcontinent as
Uh-huh.
vocabulary that they need to know. And then Wednesday we'll go into physical geography, and it's a lot longer, using that person's stuff that we found. I kind of entwined what I'd already made, because I was almost done, and then added some of her stuff, not all of it.
Okay.
So a big one of the new teaks is physical processes. If you go back one slide, Mr. Bloom. And they're gonna get vocabulary on those during this day. So they know what physical features are. Now they're learning about physical processes because of the area that we're studying.
How are you gonna do vocabulary?
Okay, just scroll through. So here's physical processes. They need to know Pacific Rim, these are teaks, and the Ring of Fire. And then we have this
Yeah.
really good short video on the Ring of Fire.
Okay.
There's one thing you need to know about the Ring of Fire. It produces 90% of the world's earthquakes. The Ring of Fire includes about 450 volcanoes. Many of them are submarine volcanoes.
Okay, so here's tsunami.
Okay.
And they have that graphic organizer I showed you last week with the pictures.
Yeah.
Okay, and then there's questions that they have to answer, which I'll show you tomorrow. I didn't bring anything with me.
No, that's fine.
So they have tsunami, they have typhoon.
Did I skip something? Oh.
No, and so then the important rivers that are, the significant rivers that
Yeah.
are to this area are in this slide. Because the Ganges River is a holy river, even though it's flooded and overpopulated and gross.
Is it polluted too?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
polluted. Ugh. So this is more information about the Ganges, that there's an image.
There it is.
Yeah, and then the Yellow River for China,
Okay.
and where it is, and because they're mapping this that day, and why it's called the Yellow River.
It's awesome looking.
I know, right? Like, I want to swim through that. Not.
Is that, oh, I'm hitting it too far.
And so I wasn't sure if I wanted to take this out or not, but I left it in. The other important river for China. Don't ask me to pronounce it.
I would think I would leave it in.
Okay. And where it is on the map.
What it looks like.
Mm-hmm. And the importance of what's going on.
Okay. China Sea.
And then this is at the very beginning in March. because it talks about, I've added in the dispute about the South China Sea, and the first show on CNN 10 for like a minute is about what's going on, and it took place in like March 7th of this year. So it's very current. So we're gonna stop the video after the, that news segment.
Okay.
Okay, so the Himalayas, which are huge about population density, and showing there an image, just
Yeah.
pretty, and then there's, what's its face, Mount Everest.
Yeah.
So then they're gonna do their physical map. Oh, and they're gonna start their ABCs on Monday. So if
Okay.
they passed and made a 75 or above, they're gonna start the ABCs while other students are working. Okay, and so Thursday is population density.
What's that gonna look like?
Yeah. And actually, I'm really proud of this. So this is everything I made. So the past 2 years, China had the largest population, and now
Yeah.
it's India. And these two videos are really good explaining why the population is what it is in this area, going all the way back, because they started with all the people and then it just boomed. So these are short videos and they're very good.
Perfect.
Hi, this is
So
Kate.
everyone,
Sorry.
no, you're good.
Okay, so and then the other teak that we needed to hit was adapting and modifications which affect population density. So they're getting the last of their vocabulary. And then in that graphic organizer, they're having to answer questions about, is this adapting or is this modifying? Give me an example of why and why this has to be done. So they're having to add more than just defining it in their, which I'm gonna pull from those questions to add to the quiz. Wait, go
Okay.
back just one.
To this?
No, go back again. Go back. Go back one more time. I have a video that I can add about terrace farming. It's kind of like the 7 wonders of the world, but there's this one place in Asia that is like documented something special for terrace farming. I can add that in if we want to. They do have an activity to complete about the Ring of Fire. It's super easy. We did it last year, and then the next day is the quiz.
Okay. Well, what do you think? I mean, it wouldn't hurt if you had extra time, that way they understood it.
Yeah, let me
If you wanted to
I'll go back and look for that video. I think I saved it in a folder.
sticks. And that rounds it out, huh?
And Friday's the quiz.
And that'll be the 5th daily grade.
Yes, because 4 is
So-
this week, the quick
Yeah,
check,
the
correct?
quick check this week.
Quiz
Over
next
last
Friday.
week's information, and then the quiz, that'll be 5, and then we only
Okay.
need 1.
And then if we having extra, we can at least drop one of the lowest daily grades, which
Yeah.
will help. Because we'll have 0.
We just gotta figure out how to portion them out throughout the,
Yeah, because we'll have daily
The
grades
grade
for,
period.
we'll probably have another daily grade for Asia for sure, and then Oceania.
yeah.
Gotta find that video.
I haven't put slides together for my portion,
Okay.
but I found a bunch of good slides, like we
Okay.
were using those closed notes.
Mm-hmm.
So the only thing is trying to look at the history of Asia. There's some things that Fort Bend ISD has out there that I've been looking at, but I don't know if I like the slides. They're too messy. They're not clear cut, so I may have to go through and kind of figure those out. So I kind of shelved the history part for now. But
Okay.
then I found the concept and the idea of culture. I was thinking, because the kids liked the activity we did for Swana,
Oh, yes,
I'm
they
thinking-
really did.
I'm thinking maybe if we do something like that again,
I would
but
love that.
this time it's gonna be different because a majority of our students are from this area. the Indian students can do something on their region of
Religion.
India
Uh-huh,
and things like that.
okay.
And then I have several students from Vietnam, from China,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that will tie in if we do something like that. The only problem is I think it might be a 2-day. If it ends up being 2 days, it shouldn't hurt anything.
I don't have a problem with that.
So I was thinking doing that because the kids liked it. You got some great stuff out of it.
I did.
And then,
That was one of my favorite activities all year. And that was one of their favorite activities all year.
cool.
They get to be creative.
Yeah,
And didn't they work with the partner?
they worked with the partner, and then I think what we did is we threw up, hey, we talked about cultural diffusion, we talked about cultural traits, and then they picked, 4 or 5 of the cultural traits with the partner, and they went through and created their
But
placemat.
and focusing more on, okay, everybody has sports, but keeping it about authentic Asia. There's a lot
Yeah.
more that they can do
Yeah,
with Asia.
and I think with the students being from that area or having that background from that area, I think they might be able to bring their own twist on it, because
We should
They're
add
gonna bring-
geography. How does
Yeah.
geography affect the culture of
Yep.
Asia?
they're gonna bring, and I think they'll hit more of the traditions versus the sports, because
Right.
there's a lot of henna tattooing going on, there's a lot of Indian weddings that the students are going to,
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot of the culture that the Asians and the Chinese students are going to various different plays and things, so I was thinking about doing that.
I think you should.
Okay.
I think
And
you
that's
should.
what I wanted to get kind of your feedback on that. And then I found a PowerPoint for the conflicts, and it ties Korea and Vietnam together.
Ooh.
And it's not too detailed, but I figured about doing closed notes,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a page and a half of notes. I'll print front and back, and it should only take a day. And we go
Okay.
through and we just talk about that, the differences in why both of them started over communism, and then talk about the differences, and then at the end, maybe they have a Venn diagram to complete on the similarities and the differences between the two.
Okay.
And then I thought, moving on to government, I picked this up, comparing southeastern governments.
Oh,
And
okay.
there's 5 governments.
North Korea, good. And China. Yeah, no, I like that.
So then, at the end, I was thinking about creating matching questions for the test on those. So then they match the country with the correct government, economy, so forth and so on.
The only thing, if you're able to make a tweak, or we can even write it in, with this last time,
Yeah.
they struggled with the executive branch, like who runs the country?
Right, okay,
Who
yeah.
runs the
Yeah,
country?
you're right.
Who's in charge?
Yeah,
So
mine
just
did
add
too.
that.
Mine did also, executive branch. Yeah, I forgot about that. They did have an issue with, what's this mean? What's a legislative
yeah.
branch? I think the last time we probably talked about it was
North America?
North America, way back at the beginning of the year.
Ugh,
So I
nobody
figured
wants to go
that-
backwards.
And then for some activities, there's this review game, so you cut these out and you give them out in groups of 2, and they put it on their head.
Oh,
And they play like
Like
charades.
this.
Yeah, they play, okay, North Korea, okay, it's a dictatorship, it's a command economy, and then the
Oh,
other
that'd be fun to
partner
try that.
needs to try to guess what it is, or
Yeah.
the thing, and then if they.
that silly game that they
Yep,
do with their
with their
phones.
phones, yep.
Yes. If
So I
they,
figured maybe if
That'd
we
be
have time
fun.
to do that one. But there's other things in here we can do to kind of get them, I guess, thinking about what they learned, doing checks for learning, checks on understanding. And then the economic system, just comparing these based off their economic systems, their freedoms, regulations, and growth.
okay,
And that'll tie into the economy, and it's the same thing. We'll do an exit ticket on a continuum,
okay,
where they rate where each of them go.
nice.
And I think the governments will tie into participation too. So once they go through, and I think I wanna set them more up like we do a gallery walk. So print out the placards or the slides,
Mhm.
put them up and they go through and they fill out their chart as they're going through. So then that way kind of gives us some time to sit back and think about some test questions and give them a little bit more guidance and push them towards the right way to
Okay,
finish out this test.
it sounds like you have it.
I hope, I think history is gonna be the hard one, but, I mean, is there anything we need to kind of look at? I was thinking about adding some news articles as a way to check for their understanding on the Korean and Vietnam War.
I was just gonna peek at our archive, because since Marissa put that on the specifically, we had these readings that we did. Let's see.
Yeah, I checked that, I didn't.
Oh, see, it's all lumped together in concept 2 and 3, the DMZ.
Yeah. Yeah, they talked
Vietnam
about,
conflict, the Korean War video. Let's see, Vietnam conflict, let's try to remember this. I think these were pretty easy. Where is it? Oh, it's a zip drive. Probably can't open it.
I
Korean
looked,
War video.
I may look at their video, and that's a thing that I need to do too, add some more video, because I like how you put the video in there, and then you did the definitions with pictures, so then the EBs,
Mm-hmm. Did
they
she-
have a better time of understanding it.
Did she put in the DMZ on the calendar?
No.
She didn't?
It's
Okay.
Korea, Vietnam are the only two conflicts that are there. The DMZ, we can go over that as we're going over Korea.
No, that's not what I wanted.
If we don't hit it, it's not gonna take away from the teak or anything.
Okay.
So, yeah, cause if we're looking at identify institutions basic to all societies, that's your government, your economy. Compare, describe roles and responsibilities of citizens, that's gonna be hidden government. Participation of citizenship, or in citizens is gonna be hidden government. Explain the rights and responsibilities is gonna be touched in government.
She has you down for the Korean War and the Vietnam War.
Yeah. And we're gonna hit,
So there's a video in our archive, a brain pop video about the Korean War.
I did see that, I just
Okay.
haven't had a chance to
Okay.
look at it yet.
Culture, history, and then you have government, the sub-region, economy, the sub-region,
Let me see if I can pull
history,
that.
government and economy, mini test over Indian subcontinent, okay. Wow, she really did update our calendar.
Yeah, the calendar is definitely updated.
Mm-hmm. Oceania map, New Zealand, Australia, Poland, I can't believe we're here.
Let's see if I can pull that PowerPoint up that I saw from Fort Bend. Yeah, it's probably better if I go into Google.
Archive, lesson plans.
Oh, here it is. This is honestly the best one I've found so far, but I'm not sure. What the actual history should look like.
Gosh, I mean,
If you
how do
look at it-
start?
Yeah, that's what if we look at it, it starts in China with the Yellow River Valley. It goes through the different dynasty cycles. And then it starts at each dynasty in China. maybe just look at it and hit like 3 of the most important ones. And then it goes into what China is today, and then it hits Korea. And then it hits Japan.
This is different than how we did it last year.
Yeah, and it ends.
Did you see what we did? Okay, God, this was a lot. This is too much.
Yeah.
Way too much. Okay.
And that's why I'm saying, if I take this and mix it with that PowerPoint and just hit, this is where I'm asking like some feedback, I guess. So if we take that and mix it with some of this and then add contributions.
But that's all, is that all China?
No, this one
Is
has a
India
mix.
in there?
Well, India's gonna be on its own.
Okay,
Yeah, so I'm gonna worry about China, and then this one has Korea and Japan.
okay.
So worry about the history of those 3 and just briefly touch on a few high points, the contributions they made to society at that time, and then kind of spin off of it. I don't know if I want to turn it into like a,
Because they'll
Like
get
a
some
chart
history
like
with
this.
the Vietnam War.
Right.
Wait, and Korea's in here, but aren't we gonna do the Korean War? Would you wanna not put Korea
And I
in
might-
a different country?
might not, what I was really thinking about is just doing China. But then I looked at Japan's history with the samurai and the shogun and all of that, and I was like, ooh, maybe that would be interesting. So I
Well,
may
and
touch
World
on
War
that.
II? I mean, I
Yeah.
don't know if, I don't know.
So I'm gonna look at that more,
God,
and
that's-
I'm gonna reach out to other,
Ask your friend.
yeah, I'm gonna reach out to other, campuses and see what they have. Maybe hit up John and see what they have, if they even had anything.
I emailed him about something, he has not responded to me. So
They may be
frustrating.
busy, who knows?
I guess they're prepping for,
But that is, that's kind of where I am with that. And then since Miss Siegel's out for the next couple days, we'll kind of look at her stuff.
what do you mean she's out?
She's got other things that she needs
Oh,
to take
with
care
that.
of throughout the week with her meetings and
Oh, yeah.
arms and stuff like that. So we'll look at her stuff next week.
Okay, I'm sending you the slides from last year.
Okay, yeah, I don't think, I could see some things, I don't think I see
It's a
everything.
lot. It's April 13th through the 28th.
But I really think that'll tie it in, and then maybe looking somewhere in there to add maybe a discussion post.
That's the easiest to do for
Is it?
homework. I mean, as opposed to coming up with an activity. You mean for homework for a grade
For
or
a
an
grade.
activity?
For a grade, just to.
Probably a discussion post, even though that's one of my least favorite things. But,
I mean, we can always look at anything else, I'm just
no,
threw
keep
that
it
out
simple.
there.
It's the end of the year, Bloom. I'm fine with that. Marissa will be fine with that too.
I just wanna get enough grades so we're not like.
Struggling. No, yeah.
Because I don't star testing
We're gonna be
coming up
doing-
and all that, and.
We totally should have, we will have our daily, it seems like by the time we start Oceana, we'll have enough daily grades, so
Yeah.
anything will be extra. And then grading those posters at push time at the end of the
Yeah.
year.
It's-
Yeah,
Yeah, that's gonna be, and
Yes.
that's a thing too, they pushed that 4th major grade this,
they had that last year too.
yeah. I'll do
You're
that.
not gonna be, you don't have drill or anything between now and the end of the year?
I do,
When?
May 2nd and 3rd, so it's a Thursday and a Friday again,
Well, it's a damn good thing you're not gonna miss my birthday.
so,
Mm.
I'll look at that and then adjust accordingly. We should already be into
Oceana,
Oceana by then, so
let's see, I have the calendar right here, where is it?
we'll hit up,
Where, well, I thought I had the dang calendar pulled up. Oh, here it is. Oceana starts May 6th. So you're out here.
I'll be out,
I'm gonna put that on here now.
yeah, I'll be out that day and then a test. So that's not gonna be too bad.
I don't want you to have to, I would want your kids to have the computer so you don't have to grade paper tests. If we can get a good sub, I would prefer that just for you and ease at the end of the year,
Yeah.
not have to grade those paper tests.
I'll
Or I
look
can
at
just
it.
start grading them for you.
I'll look at it.
Alright. Well, we have time between now and then anyway.
Yeah. So I think that was good on the content and the material.
Okay?
Are you good on your other stuff?
The slow?
You're slow?
Have you started the slow?
So I'm gonna do that tonight.
to
I've gotta
China?
go in and add so I did, what period did you do?
First period. It was my smallest class. But
See,
you didn't want to do your first
I didn't
period
wanna do my
class.
first
because it's
period because it's
inclusion.
inclusion, and I didn't think, it's hard enough to try to get them just to, take a basic note-taking type of, so I did 5th period.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go
Ew,
in.
you hate fifth period.
Well, they're good education-wise.
Okay, just behaviors.
So, yeah.
Okay.
So I did 5th
Mine-
period, and I'm gonna go in and put in the names, do the results, score it 1 to 4.
Here's mine. So mine's done. I sent it to Marissa and she said it looked great. And now I'm trying to put together, which I don't keep up with, all that evidence about those artifacts or evidences about, let's see, examples of teaching supporting campus expectations, emails advocating for students' needs, all this stuff.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, I haven't kept up with that.
did you put this in Perform yet?
Mm-mm,
You're gonna do that tonight?
mm-mm.
Oh,
No,
you're gonna wait?
I'm gonna talk to Diana Hatcher tomorrow, make sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I won't have everything uploaded till Thursday.
And your thing's
On
on
Friday,
Friday.
so maybe, yeah.
I think because my date got pushed back,
I wish mine did.
I think my date's gonna be either next week or beginning of the week after.
I'm jealous. So I'm gonna hit up Hatcher tomorrow, 2nd period. Marissa's not available, right?
No, I don't think so.
And then, this artifact stuff about the things that I've done, which they didn't look at last year, but I'll put it together.
So my goal what was your goal for this year? Mine was to increase, questions, increase their critical thinking questions.
I think that's it, by using tests, open-ended something.
Open-ended
Yeah, I
questions.
think we had
on
the same
tests and
one.
the discussion posts, I think. So I took it based off the GT. Remember they did that, TED Talk with the guy, got up there and said, hey, we need to start asking the right questions, not just a question.
Mm-hmm.
So I took my goal off of that, and it's the same goal that I had coming out of the academy for the military, so.
The students can use a primary or secondary source successfully to make a connection.
Okay.
That's what I've written down. The student can demonstrate that they can use both primary and secondary sources to make strong connections to cultures of the world.
That was your goal?
I don't know, here.
Oh, yeah.
So we all had different
Oh,
goals?
well, that's slow. Is that where we put the goal?
I don't know. What are you asking about? My personal
Like
T-test?
your
Oh,
T-test goal.
Oh, mine was classroom management. I don't even know if I can, I don't even know. I'm not ready for Friday. I don't know if she can push it back.
It's been a minute since I've done the T-test being out.
Yeah, I'm gonna go
But
see Hatcher.
doing your summative. The last time I did one, I didn't find it very difficult, it's over domain 4.
I don't even know what 4 is.
It's
you sure?
like your ethics and your,
Oh, well, I got that made in the
yeah,
tape.
Miss Petru sent it to your email, cause you sent it out.
Oh, Petru sent it. So tomorrow, okay, I'm gonna see if Hatcher I can go to Hatcher tomorrow, 2nd period.
Yeah, I'm gonna put my slow together today, get it going, and then look at all my evidence, and upload that. Sometimes it depends. I think when they first started doing this, a lot of administrators were like, just bring your evidence, we'll go over it
Right.
at the meeting, and then afterward, go ahead and make sure you upload it.
That's what I did last
And
year.
I think they did it that way just because it was fresh and new, it was something different, but,
I don't, so I'm gonna
Yeah,
get with
I don't-
Hatcher, and then I can let
Okay.
you know what she tells me. Or you can come with me to Hatcher.
yeah, I'll just head with you to that.
Okay. All right.
Well, I think
Go for the next.
I'm good on the lessons, I'm good on the T-test stuff.
Okay.
You need any, I don't know, T-test I'm not too concerned about, domain 4,
I'm not
going over
thinking.
your ethics.
I just,
Working with your school and your community environment, things like that.
I stay late all the time. I'm good.
Oh,
I
yeah,
work with students all the time after my hours, my contract hours.
okay, well, let me see if this is good enough.
Okay.
I appreciate your help.